जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदनंदन ब्रज जन रंजना यशोदनंदन ब्रज जन रंजना यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदनंदन ब्रज जन रंजना यशोदनंदन ब्रज जन रंजना यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञाननञ्जनो शलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टां स्थापितां येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मायां ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरून् श्रीयुतपादकमलां श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवं च श्रीरूपं संग्रजातं सहगनो रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादं सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपिका गोपिका कंठा राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्त कंचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। So today I'm going to talk about the essence of the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita. It's very important. Devotee take the advantage of coming to the temple, directly participating in the temple programs, in the association of the devotees. Because the day will come, we may not able to come to the temple anymore. One of the Alvar, a great devotee of Lord Krishna from South India, he has said, Tuppudayare Adevadellam Sorvidattu Tuni Purivar Endru Oppinalum Ninnai Adendeen Anekni Aruchaidamayal எய்ப்பு வந்து என்னை நெளியும் பொழுது ஏதங்கு நான் உன்னை நினைக்க மாட்டேன். அப்போதைக்கு இப்போதே சொல்லி வைத்தேன் அரங்கா தரவனை பள்ளியனே. A great devotee of Krishna have said that in our human life normally we try to get a person as a partner for us, to try to help each other in our life in time of difficulty. Generally, everybody knows the marriage life is very difficult. But still the parents, they try to get us to get married. Even though they know it is not an easy journey, it's a difficult journey. But still the parents insist the children should get married. Because the time will come, we require another person's help in our life. In the youthful life, you run around, we do everything by ourselves. But the time will come, we may become invalid and we need another person's help. For that reason, that the parents insist the children should get married so that they can help each other. The Alva, the great devotee, says to the Lord, he says, my dear Lord, I don't believe into the worldly relationship will help me at the time of need. But I truly believe that you will help me at the time of need, because when the Gajendra elephant have called upon you, when the Gajendra, the elephant was fighting with the crocodile for 1000 years, finally the elephant understood that I have no other hope in my life other than the Lord Himself. The Gajendra called upon the Supreme Lord, and the Lord appeared there to save the life of Gajendra. He said, "My dear Lord, for the call of the elephant you have come. Why you won't come when I called you?" So for that reason, I only believe that you will be there at the time of need in my life. He says to the Lord, "My dear Lord, there will be a time coming in my life I may not able to come to your temple anymore because of the old age, because of the invalidness of my body. I may not able to come to your temple to see your beautiful form, to hear your wonderful message, to be in the association of the other devotees. But before that time comes, I am coming all the time to you. While I'm healthy, I can walk. While I can hear properly, while I can see properly, while my health is in good, I come to you all the time. Because there will be time coming I won't be able to come. So I take advantage while I'm healthy in my life. So my dear Krishna, you write down everything that I'm coming to your temple, you write it down. I'm chanting your holy name, you write it down. I'm hearing your message, you write everything, you write it down, because sometimes you're very playful, my dear Krishna. You may forgot that I've come to your place. And whatever you have written down, at the time of need, please open back and see. I'm not that bad fellow that you got to neglect me. So it is recommended for the devotees not to sit down in your house. When there's an opportunity beside your job, beside your family, beside your responsibility, there are times that we may feel a little bit lazy to come out from our comfort zone. There may be we are not so much attracted into coming to the temple quite often. But while you are healthy, you should come, because the time will come, you may not able to come. So devotees are very intelligent, they take advantage of everything in Krishna consciousness, because they know ultimately only Krishna consciousness will protect them from all kinds of obstacles of life. So in this way today, I wanted to speak about the essence of the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, because it is very, very important we understand what message Krishna is trying to bring for the entire human society. Because Bhagavad Gita is the essence of the Vedas. Just like the Christians have got their Bible, the Muslims they've got their Quran. For the entire human society, without any discrimination, the Lord has imparted the knowledge, the Vedas, unto the heart of Brahmaji. It's for the entire human society. The last work of Srila Vyasadeva is the Srimad-Bhagavata Puranam. There he mentions in the very first canto, Chapter 1, Text 1 of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Janmadi yasya yatanvayat itaratau chardau abhigyaswarat tene brahma hridaya adikavayo moyanti yatsurayah tejo vari mృdam yada vinimayo yatra trisargo mrisa Damna swena sada nirasat kuhakam satyam param dhimaye. The knowledge Krishna has imparted to Brahmaji It is the oldest knowledge in the world. It is about 155 trillion, 22 billion years old, the knowledge we are hearing today. Because Brahma lived for 311 trillion, 40 billion years. Now half of Brahma's lifespan is already finished. So now Brahma's lifespan remaining is about 156 trillion, 18 billion years. So the knowledge we are going to talk today, Bhagavad Gita, it is 155 trillion, 22 billion years ago when Krishna created Brahma. That is the time is imparted the knowledge of the Vedas into the heart of Brahmaji. So in this way, first thing, there was only Veda. But at the end of the Dwapar Yuga, before Krishna left from this world after his pastime, Vyasadeva, the author of the Vedas, he could able to foresee that Kali Yuga is coming. And he understood that will be a defect in the human society. Prayena paisa sabya kalau asmin yuge dhana manda sumanda madayo manda abhagya upadrita. In the Kali Yuga, the duration of human life will be reduced day by day. That will be a great argument and quarrel and fight, even two people coming together. Generally, people will become very dull-minded. They won't be able to understand even a very simple subject matter. Very difficult for them. And even though human beings may be having every advancement in their life, they have a good education, they've got a good family, they've got wealth and everything, still they feel very unsettled. They always feel very great anxiety in their life. Practically in Kali Yuga, human being will become very unlucky. There will be amounts of problems, too many problems, and that will be a very simple process to counteract your problems. The big problem, it can be counteracted through very simple process of chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Just like Sukadev Goswami say, Kale dosam nidarajan asti eko mahan guna kirtanariva Krishnaya mukta sangha samachara. Very easily, one can be liberated from all kinds of problem of life just by simply repetition of the 16 words. But somewhere the people become very unlucky in Kali Yuga. Even simple thing, they won't be able to take it up. So Vyasadeva could foresee that once Krishna leaves this world and all the dharma is going to follow Krishna, and that is going to be the beginning of Kali Yuga, and he understood that Veda Krishna spoke 155 trillion, 22 billion years ago is not possible for any ordinary people to understand. So he decided to divide the Vedas, simplify. So one Veda he divided into Rig Veda, Sama Veda, Yajur Veda, Atharva Veda. And from there still he understands it's not possible for people to know this Veda. He divides further more. Samhita, Brahmana, Aranyaka, Upanishad. So that one Veda he divides into Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, Atharva Veda, and further he divides from there Samhita, Brahmana, Aranyaka, Upanishad. Now he makes the limbs of the Vedas, Veda Anga. There is 6 Veda Angas, Kalpa, Siksha, Vyakarana, Nirukti, Chanda and Jyotisha. Then he makes 4 Upavedas, there is Ayurveda, Dhanurveda, Gandharva and Shilpa Veda. Now further Vyasadeva says there are 3 kinds of human beings in the world. with three modes of material nature. There are people in the mode of goodness, there are people in the mode of passionate, there are people in the mode of ignorance. So he divides the Vedas into 6 Puranas for those who are in the mode of goodness, 6 for those who are in the mode of passionate, and 6 for those who are in the mode of ignorance. The Puranas in the mode of goodness are the Vishnu Purana, Varaha Purana, Garuda Purana, Narada Purana, Padma Purana, and Bhagavata Purana. The Vishnu Purana has got 23,000 verses. The Varaha Purana has got 24,000 verses. Garuda Purana has got 19,000 verses. Narada Purana has got 55,000 verses. And Padma Purana has got 12,000 verses, 14,500 verses, and Bhagavata Purana has got 18,000 verses. And now for the mode of passionate, he has given 6 Puranas: Brahma Purana, Brahma Vaivarta Purana, Brahmanda Purana, Markandeya Purana, Bhavishya Purana, and Vamana Purana. The Brahma Purana is 10,000 verses, Brahma Vaivarta Purana 18,000 verses, Brahmanda Purana 12,000 verses, Markandeya Purana 9,000 verses, Bhavishya Purana 55,000 verses, and we got now Vamana Purana 10,000 verses. For those who are in the mode of ignorance, he has given that Linga Purana, Skanda Purana, Shiva Purana, Agni Purana, Matsya Purana, and Kurma Purana. The Linga Purana is 11,000 verses, Skanda Purana 81,100 verses, Shiva Purana 24,000 verses, Agni Purana 15,400 verses, Matsya Purana 14,000 verses, and Kurma Purana is 17,000. All together is about 400,000 verses. So Vyasadeva divide all those things because the Kali Yuga, you can foresee the Kali Yuga. Then he was thinking that that should be a Itihasam. Itihasam means that directly experimental knowledge, like you see the serial movie, like the Mahabharata is in the book, people make it as a serial. There's more people, anybody can understand when they watch the movie. So he bring it, the Mahabharata, Bharato Panchama Veda, that is the Mahabharata is the 5th Veda. And Bhagavad Gita is the one side of the Bhishma Parva of the Mahabharata, the conversation between Krishna and Arjuna. So Bhagavad Gita is the essence of the Vedas. So if you read Bhagavad Gita carefully, properly, you understand Bhagavad Gita, that means you have understood the whole presentation of the Vedas. So Prabhupada wants the devotees to read Bhagavad Gita very nicely. He said, if you read Bhagavad Gita nicely, you will preach very nicely. So we have to go back again and again to understand this Bhagavad Gita. So now Krishna is coming, bringing the knowledge to the people of the world, the human society, so that the human society can live according to the law of dharma. As this morning we have discussed that there's only difference between animal and human being is that human being can able to understand what is the law for them to live in the world and how to imbibe that law and how to live according to the law and how to cross over the cycle of repeated birth and death. So human being has got a great goal of life. Everything, everybody, they have got some goal in their life. Generally, people's goal is about material accumulation. Somewhere or other, materially, people want to become very successful. That is their goal. But when Krishna created the human society, he has given the goal for a human being to follow. That is called Purusartha Vidhi. There is 4 things human being should understand as their goal of life. There is number 1 is dharma, number 2 is artha, number 3 is kama, number 4 is moksha. Number 1, human being now must learn the principle of dharma. With that principle of dharma, now they should develop the economic development. Money is very important in your life, in human life. Money is not maya. No, money is very important. You control the money is good for you. Money controls you is very bad for you. So now you need a dharma. In what principle you should do everything in the world? That the first principle, you learn about dharma. And with the principle of dharma, now you develop, your economic development for your family and so on. And now with the economic development, you enjoy your life according to the principle of dharma. And finally you understand, I come to the world zero, I will leave the world zero, and I have to find the ways to come out from the entanglement of the family, of the country, of the nation, of all this life. So finally you will know how to also live, seek for liberation through the principle of dharma. So dharma will bring the wealth for you, dharma will bring the enjoyment for you in your life, and dharma also will free you from the entanglement of the material life. So for that reason that Krishna gave us the dharma. Now generally many may not know what is that principle of dharma. Now in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Text 11, Text 2, Yudhishthira Maharaj have asked Narada Muni. He said, Bhagavan Swatam Ichame Nirnam Dharmam Setave Varnashrama Charayuttam Yatpo Manvindate Param. Narada Muni been asked by Yudhishthira Maharaj, my dear Lord, please tell me that the religious principle as the ultimate goal of human life. Yudhishthira Maharaj asked Narada Muni, please explain to me the general occupational duty of the human being and the occupational duty of the social and spiritual order in their life. He said, please explain to me that Sanatana Dharma, our path of Krishna consciousness is called Sanatana Dharma. There is no beginning and there is no end of this path. So Yudhishthira Maharaj asked Narada Muni, please tell me the principle of religion which gives the ultimate goal of human life, and also the general occupational duty and the occupational duty of the social and spiritual order of the human society. So Krishna consciousness covers everything in the world. It tells you how to take care of your social order, your bodily duty. It teaches you how to take care of your spiritual order. And it also teaches you about the general occupation when you interact with the people outside world. And how you interact with them also with the path of religion without taking gun and shooting everybody because you don't follow my religion. We do not create a Taliban in our organization. And now Narada Muni told Yudhishthira Maharaj in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 11, Text 5, Nadva Bhagavatam Jaya Nirnam Dharmam Setave Lokanam Vakshayase Sanatana Dharmam Narayanam Mukham Shrutam. Narada Muni said, my dear Yudhishthira Maharaj, I have directly heard about the Sanatana Dharma explanation by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Today I will tell you about Sanatana Dharma. Bhagavad Gita is about Sanatana Dharma. Bhagavad Gita, the first sloka begins, Dharma setre kurusetre samaveta yuyutsavam mameka pandavas chaiva makurvarta sanjay. It begins with the Dharma. And Bhagavad Gita finishes Sarva Dharman Parityaja Mamekam Saranam Vrajam Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshayi Sami Masuja. Beginning with Dharma, finishing with Dharma. Bhagavad Gita is only about the Dharma and nothing else. And Narada Muni told Yudhishthira Maharaj, I will explain to you about Sanatana Dharma which I have heard from the Narayana himself. And in the same Canto 7, chapter 11, text 7, Narada Muni says, Dharma Mulame Bhagavan Sarva Vedamayo Arihi Smartam Chatat Vidham Rajan Yena Chatma Prasidyati. He says, Lord Krishna is the root cause of all knowledge. He is the root of all religious principles. He is the memory of the great, mystics, and he is the Dharma principle which he brought. It is the basis of the satisfaction of the body, of the soul and the mind. If anybody wants to be satisfied in their life with their mind, with their soul and with their body, they must understand the Sanatana Dharma here and take it into their life. And once they practice, they will have satisfaction with their mind, with their body and with their soul. Now Narada Muni says there are 30 principles for people to follow. It's not just joining Hare Krishna, shave and then you put on some sort of a dress and you said, I'm a devotee. It's not, going to the mosque, you lift up one finger and then you promise, today I accept Islam, there is no God other than Allah, there is no other messenger in the world other than Nabi Muhammad, and obey the order. It's not you become a Christian. It is cultivation of knowledge and practical application of knowledge in your life. So now we have to understand as a devotee before starting Bhagavad Gita that human society must follow 30 principles of life. And Narada Muni talks about this thing in the Canto 7, chapter 11 and text 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And when you go back to the house, you kindly read from this thing on the Canto 7, chapter 11 onward. And Narada Muni says, the 30 principle. 30. That is, Canto 7, chapter 11, text 8 to 12. Satyam daya tapasaucham titikseksha samadhama ahimsa brahmacharyam cha tyaga sujayam arjavam santosam samadrikdrisva gramyeyo paramam sane nirnam viparye yaksha maunam atma vimarsanam annadayo samvibhago bhutebhyo yachada artha tesvatma devata buddhi sutaram nirsu pandava Sravanam kirtanam vishnum smaranam smaranam mahate ghate. That is there in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Sevachya vanate dasyam sakyam atma samarpanam nirnam ayam paro rajan sarvesam samudadritta trimsa lakshanavan rajan sarvatma yena tusyate. So now there are 30 principles being given for the human society. Number 1 is that truthfulness. Number 2, mercifulness. Number 3, austerity. Number 4, cleanliness. Clean inside your heart, clean outside in your body. And number 5 is tolerance. Number 6, distinguish between good and bad in the world. Number 7, control of the mind. Number 8, control of the senses. Number 9, free from all kinds of violence. And number 10, practice of brahmacharya, control of your knowledge acquiring senses. Number 11, giving out some charity. Number 12, reading of the scripture. Number 13, simplicity. Number 14, satisfaction. Number 15, giving some service to the saintly people. And number 16 is to not wasting time. And number 17, not indulging in bodily philanthropical work. And number 18 is to be silent in your life. When required to talk, you talk. There's no requirement, you don't talk. And number 19, try to understand the difference between body and soul. And number 20, giving out food distribution to anybody and everybody. And number 21 is to understand that you are divine, you are not demon, you are part and parcel of Krishna. And number 22 is that to hearing about Krishna. Number 23, chanting. 24, remembering. 25, do some service for Krishna. And 26 is that, bow down in front of Krishna. 27, you do some puja for Krishna. 28, you be a servant of Krishna. 29, you be a friend of Krishna. 30, you give yourself to Krishna. This is Sanatan Dharma. Krishna come to establish Sanatan Dharma so that you can take care of your soul, you can take care of your body, you also can interact with everything external. The general occupational duty. When you meet a Christian, you know how to interact with them. You meet a Muslim, you know how to interact with them. You meet an animal, you know how to interact. So you covers everything in the Sanatan Dharma. So for that reason, Krishna come to the world and then he is speaking this knowledge in the battlefield because life is a battle. We are battling in our life on the daily basis. Even morning when we wanted to wake up, the mind says, okay, never mind, 10 more minutes, you can take a little bit rest. Very morning you start your battle with your mind. And when everybody else wake up in the family, you battle with everybody else. And you go to the workplace, you battle there. Life is a great battlefield. So Bhagavad Gita represents your life. The battlefield, the war represents the battle you go through in your life. And the warriors are you, where the warriors are confused about your duty. And Krishna is coming to give you a guide how to solve the problem of life. So Krishna arranged the battlefield. It is Krishna wants the battle to take place. When before they don't want to, Yudhishthira is not interested for the war. So they want Krishna to go and speak to the Kauravas. They want Krishna to go and talk to Duryodhana. Then how everything can be settled without a war. So before going to the Duryodhana, Krishna asked Yudhishthira. Krishna told Yudhishthira, I'm going to see Duryodhana, I wanted to go and talk to him about peace. Now what is your opinion? Krishna asked Yudhishthira. Yudhishthira said, my dear Krishna, you can go and talk to Duryodhana anything you like. But you come back with the good news, there should not be war. I don't want war. Yudhishthira says. And Krishna went to Bhima. Bhima, what do you think? What I should speak to Duryodhana? Bhima said, you speak whatever you like, but come back, we must fight with this guy. So Yudhishthira don't want to fight. Bhima said, I want to fight. Then Krishna goes to Arjuna. Arjuna, what do you think? What's your opinion? What I should talk to Duryodhana? Arjuna says, I don't care what he talk. My Gandiva bow is waiting for him. I want to finish him off. You must talk in a way that we must fight with them. Arjuna wants to fight. And Krishna go to Nakula, another brother. Nakula, what do you think? Nakula says, why you waste my time, Krishna? Why you waste your time also? Krishna said, why? Because you're going to talk to Duryodhana, you will never listen to anybody. You don't even listen to his own father, own mother. You'll never listen to anybody. How is he going to listen to you? So why you waste your time, my time and Duryodhana time? And Krishna go to Sahadev, intelligent man. He said, my dear Sahadev, what do you think? And Sahadev says, you ask me what you should do. If you don't do anything, there won't be any problem, Krishna. So you be just like that only. Don't do anything. Sahadev, Krishna said, ask Duryodhana, Sahadev, why you are talking like that? Sahadev says, my dear Krishna, though like you don't know what is happening around, you're asking Yudhishthira what you think, you're asking, Bhima what you think, you're asking Arjuna what you think, asking Nakula what you think, you're coming and asking what I think, and finally what you're going to do? You're going to do what you think. You don't care about anybody else here. It is you that, should be, tied and put it in a room. And Krishna says, Sahadev, don't tell anybody this secret. Sahadev says, if you don't want me to tell anybody, give me a promise that in the upcoming battle of Mahabharata, that we will become victorious. And Krishna already promised him that, not to worry. So Krishna arranged the battlefield because you need a wisdom in your life. Just reading and reading and hearing, talking and talking is not good enough for you. You just take a cookbook, every day you read the cookbook, every day you read the cookbook, every day you read the cookbook. You tell everybody, this recipe very good, that recipe very good, but you never tried anything in your life. When you go and try, it's not coming the same. So you need ever experimental, practical application of your knowledge. You need a wisdom. After the Mahabharata war, that Krishna was talking with, who's that is, not Akrura, that another person went to Vrindavan to carry the message. Uddhava. After the Mahabharata war, Uddhava asked Krishna, my dear Krishna, are you a real friend of the Pandavas? Krishna said, why you doubt about that? No, if you're a real friend, you should have helped them when they were in difficulty. They were gambling, you did not go and help. Krishna told Arjuna, Uddhava, there is one rule in the material world to become success in life. You want to be success in life? He said that there's one rule, that one must have a viveka, one must have a wisdom. Wisdom comes, of your up and down of your life, success, failure, good, bad, happiness, distress. You go through everything, you get a wisdom in your life, and through that wisdom, now everything else you organize in your life, you hardly make any mistake. He said when they were gambling, Duryodhana had the wisdom. That Duryodhana he do not know how to play the dice game. So he called his uncle, Saguni, play for me. And now decide, Yudhishthira also don't know how to play. And I am the uncle of Yudhishthira. Just like Duryodhana called his uncle, Yudhishthira should have called me to play the game. If I and Saguni play, you think we will win the game? But so he said he did not use the wisdom. To be successful in your life, you must use your wisdom. Not just talking. Like just taking the knowledge. Wisdom is that experience of your life. You have married, you are separated, and you're looking for another man, another woman. Now use your intelligence, your experience, wisdom. Don't blind love here, no conditional love here. How you can get unconditional love in the world? You know? So that you don't make another mistake. So Krishna says to be successful in your life, you must have a wisdom. So Krishna brings them in the battlefield. You're boasting all the time, you know everything, or the big warrior. No, bring into the battlefield and see whether you can fight or not. So practically Krishna put them into the realistic way of life, not talking and talking and talking. So Krishna arranged the knowledge to be spoken in the battlefield. You know, because our life is the battle on the daily basis. We're battling against so many things. So now they all have come to the fight, you know, because what is belonging to the Pandavas has been taken away by the Kauravas, Duryodhana, and he has promised after 13 years of exile, he will give it back. So following the promise, they went to the forest, they suffered in the forest, and after 13 years they come back, and according to the promise, they should give back what is belongs to them. You know, but Duryodhana refused to give. So Krishna went and talked to Duryodhana, never mind, you cannot break, you know, the whole promise you have made. At least give them 5 villages, 5 brothers, each one of them can have 1 village. And I will tell you 5 villages, Krishna said. No, there is, you know, Pani Prastham 1 village, Soni Prastham another village, Til Prastham 3rd village, Virusha Prastham 4th village, and Indra Prastham 5th village. Give them the 5 villages. Duryodhana said, I cannot give. Krishna said, never mind, you choose your own village and give them. You don't need to take the village they are asking for. You give according to what you think you can give. And Duryodhana said, not even soil can go through the eye of a needle I can give. If they want, they can take it from the battlefield. So Krishna has no other option. The Shastra says 6 kinds of people can be killed in the world. Those who are kidnapping other man's wife, those who are, you know, stealing other people's land, those who are taking other people's wealth, those who are putting fire on other people's, you know, house. And those people are, you know, attacking people with a great weapon, and those who are giving poison to other people. So Shastra says 6 kinds of people can be killed in the world. And now the Kauravas have taken a land, what it belongs to them, and dharmically they can be killed. So Krishna also followed the dharma, is not blindly, he said go and kill them. So they have come in the battlefield. Now that's a Bhagavad Gita begin. The chapter 121, Arjuna now beginning. Senayor payor madhye radam stapayame achyuda yavaditam rikshayam yudukaman avastitha. Arjuna says, my dear Krishna, please drive the chariot in the mid of the battlefield. I wanted to see which other people have come to fight with me. Evam yukto rishikesa gurakesa bharata senayor payor madhye. Then Krishna takes the chariot in the midst of the battle. Bhismam dronam pramukham tam sarvesam samayi stitam pasyana sati uchata. He says, my dear Arjuna, now you see, there is Bhisma standing, there is Duryodhana, Dronacharya standing. And now Arjuna seeing, in the chapter 1, text 26, you will see, Tatra pasya sitan pada pitrinata pitir maha acharyam matulan putran pautre sakime sata swasuran hridayaschaiva sanayor abhayor api. Now Arjuna see that all his relatives, all his friends, All his elders who have helped him in his life, all are standing in front of me to fight in the battlefield. So now that is the first mistake Arjun made in his life because he is not seeing properly. Very important how you see things in the world for you to be successful. There are seeing in the mode of goodness, there are seeing in the mode of passionate, there are seeing in the mode of ignorance. Krishna explained this thing in the chapter 18, text 20, 21, 22 of Bhagavad Gita. Sarva bhutesu yenaikam bhavam avyayam iksate avibhaktam vibhaktesu tadjnanam vidhi sadvikam. The right seeing, the seeing in the mode of goodness is that when you see the living entity, undivided living entity, you see the spiritual nature within the living entity. When you see them, you see the soul inside the body. You don't see the body, you see the soul inside the body. That seeing is this seeing in the mode of goodness. Pratagvenato vyatam pratagvenato. In the chapter 18, text 21, Krishna further explained, Nana bhavyam abhyayam veti sarvesu bhutesu tadjnanam vidhi rajasam. The seeing in the mode of passionate, when you see the different people. You see it's a white man here, you see this a black man here, you see this a woman here, they say this is the educated man. You see everything externally, according to the difference of the body. This seeing is the mode of passion. Yato Krishna vade kasmin. Now, without the real knowledge in your life, when you see something, you think that don't see anybody else, only you see yourself. You are big, I'm proud. Only you see about your own self, it's nothing else. So there are saying should be very proper. When Arjuna see all these people standing in front of him, he saw them in the mode of passion. That this is my grandfather standing here, this is my teacher standing there, this is my maternal uncle standing there, this is my grandchildren standing. So I see different mode of passion. And Arjuna saw them, Arjuna became frightened. Dristavemam Sojana Krishna Yuyursam Samupasitam Siddhanti Mama Gatrane Mukam Chaiva Parisusyate Vepusucha Sarirame Roma Asa Jayate Gandhivam Samsate Asat Chaiva Paridayate. And looking all his relative kinsmen, everybody standing in front of him, and Arjuna his body began to shiver, and then his lips become, hot, very dry. And his, Gandhiva, the arrow and bow in his hand is going away from him. And the Roma, the hairs of his body is standing up. He been into a great, fear and anxiety. Then he told Krishna, Kim no rajena govinda, kim bhoge jivate nava, esamartam kansatimma, rajam bhogam sukhanicha. He said, bhoga means it's a false, it's not true. This kingdom, he says, is a false, it's not true. Apitralokya rajasya, eto kimne mahikriti, nihatya titarasrancha, kashaprati janardana. He said, not only this kingdom, even you give me the 3 words, it's all bhoga, it's all, it's not true. How I live in the world, killing all these people, and then you want me to sit and enjoy the kingdom. He said, Papam Vivarasya Asman, he said, Advaitam Gatavim. He said, this is the greatest sin, killing of these people. So what Arjuna says is very true. It is sin, you do anything for your bodily comfort of life. Now the real subject matter Arjuna speaks, this is the takeaway from the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita. And Arjuna told Krishna, Kulasaye pranasyanti kula dharma sanatana dharma nastam kula Krishna adharma bibhavati uta. In the chapter 1, text 39, Arjuna says, Kula means a family. He said there is a dharma for the family. There's a foundation for the family. And the foundation of the family is a woman. If you kill all these people, men who are meant to protect the woman in this world, you kill the men and women, without any protection here. Adharmabhed bhavat Krishna pradusyanti kulastriya sri sudhisesu vishneya jayate varna sankara sankaro narakaiva ivam kulagyana kulayasya cha patanti pitaram yeso lupta pindadaka kriya. He says, if you kill all these men in the battlefield, the woman will be helpless. There is no protection for the woman. If a women are not protected, that will be a disorder in the foundation of this family. And there are some rituals to be done. Somebody, when they die, they should be offered some pindas. Pindas is the a rice bowl. It's made of 5 items. It's made of rice mixed with milk, with the ghee, with the honey, and black sesame seed. When somebody dies, their body lies on the ground here, and the soul will be in that place for 10 days. The first 3 days, the soul will be in the light, we light up. The second 3 days, the soul will be in the water. The third 3 days, the soul will be 10 feet above the dead body. The 10th day, the soul will be at the door, entrance of the door, opening hands to receive the 10th, the final pinda. That means every day when somebody dies already, you go and cremate them. You come back, you make, offer the pindas. One day you offer 1 pinda, and the soul which is still there, it gets, 1 head. The second day you offer 2 pindas, the soul gets, the head gets the eyes, nose, ear up to the neck. The third day, you offer 3 pindas, you get the chest. The 4th day is arms, 5th day belly, and so on. The 10th day, when you offer the 10 pindas, the soul is already got another body and is ready for the journey. On the 11th day, he starts the journey. That is why we observe the 11th day, because body is a vehicle. In the 18th chapter, text 61, Krishna says that Isvara sarva bhutanam hridayesu arjuna tisati brahmayan sarva bhutani jantra rudhayama. Jantra means a mission. The body is the vehicle for you to go here and there. Now the body has been separated from you, so you need another body, because your journey from here to the Pitru Loka, to the abode of Yamaraj, it's a 1 year journey. It's our time 1 year, is 1 day for the demigods, time. So there's a 1 year journey. You have to go from here, and every month, you walk, one day, 1 month, you walk about 45,000 miles, because the place is 560,000 miles. You have to go there. From here you have to go to the Pitru Loka. Below us is the Atala, Vitala, Sutala. There are 7 planets. Each planet is 80,000 miles away. Now from here you dig underground 80,000 miles, you come to the Atala Loka. From there you dig another 80,000 miles, you come to Vitala Loka. And finally you come to the Padala Loka. And from there, you dig 240,000 miles, then you'll come to where Lord Vishnu is lying, where Brahma has come from there. So now for you to go to the Pitru Loka is a 560,000 miles. Then you have to walk about, 45,000 miles, in a month. That means 1 day you have to walk 1,500 miles. And after walking, 1,500 miles for a day, and then you walk for 1 month, 45,000 miles, you sit down for resting. That place is called Yamyapuram, Sauryapuram, Nagendra Nagar, Gandhamanadapuram, Sailagapuram, Kurudapuram, like that 12 places are there. Like we drive here, go to, Berlin, you stop somewhere, resting place, stop somewhere, resting place, So like that, you walk, So when 1 month walking finished, 45,000 miles, you sit down, and then you need, food and water, and the family should offer, another pinda for you, Masika pinda, monthly offering. Because the Yamuduta is coming, the food you're offering in the family, there is also food for the Yamuduta. Why they become Yamuduta? Because nobody done this ritual in their family, and they become Yamuduta. They try to serve the Yama, to finish off their karma. So in this way, the things has to be done for somebody died in the family. And Arjuna says, if you kill all these men and the women are without any protection, and that will be an unwanted population, and who is going to do all these, rituals, offering of pindas? So Arjuna is asking a valid question. And there is a samskara to be performed. Because Arjuna said there will be an unwanted population. Why today world everybody fighting? Because because there are unwanted population. There are 12 kinds of children are born in the world. It's not just one kind of child is born in the world. Manu Dharma says there are 12 kinds of children are born in the world. One is called Aurasan, another is called Setrajan, the third is called Tattan, fourth is called Kutiraman, fifth is called Kudotaman, sixth is called Sagodan, Abhavitan, the seventh is called Kanidan, the eighth is called Sagodan, the ninth is called Kinidan, the 10th is called Bahunarban, 11th is called Suetatan, 12th is called Parasavan. There are 12 kinds of children are born in the world. Aurasan is that the kind of child born from the legal marriage, but is not gone through any samskara, Garbhadan samskara. There are 16 samskaras are there. Shastra says, Janmana Jayate Sudra Samskara Bhavad Dvija Vedapada Bhavad Vipro Brahma Janati Iti Brahmana. To understand you are not the body, you are the spirit soul. From the very beginning, before the husband and wife come together in intercourse to get a child, and they produce a very wonderful child, follows the path of dharma, and that is called Garbhadan Samskara. The second is called Pumsavanam, the third is called Simontanayam, Jadakarmam, Namakaranam, and so on. Now Arjuna said, you killed all these men. Women are without protection. What happened? That will be unwanted population. What is the unwanted population? There are 12 kinds of children will be born in the world. Number one is that Aurasan, the child is born from the legal marriage. Number two is that Setrajan, that the woman is not able to get a child. So they take a sperm from another man, test tube baby. They take a sperm from another man, inject into the womb of the woman, and she becomes pregnant. That child is not same from your marriage child. From your marriage, there's a legal marriage. There's one child come. Second child is that, from the test tube baby. The third is that called Tattan. That is, you are born, you got so many children in your family. Some of your brother family or sister family, they don't have any child. So you donate one child for them. Give them. And they take the child, and then they take care of them like their own child. That is called Kriti Raman. And the fifth one is that, a Kudottama, that the child do not know who is the father, like a mother, she's like a prostitute, went to so many men but don't know who is the father. So there's a child born in the world, not knowing who is the father. And the sixth, called, Abhavitan, that, the child been abandoned, been given up by the parents. Like this thing happens a lot in Malaysia, that, some girls and boys come together, in the illicit connection, child are born, and they cannot take care of the child, they don't want anybody else to know, they throw the child, somewhere, they leave it in front of the mosque, they, go and, leave it somewhere, anybody can take and raise the child. There's abhavitan, that you have been, rejected, given away, even thrown away, abhavitan. So that seven type of child is called Khani. Then that before the marriage you give a birth to a child. Before the marriage, when the child is born, so before the marriage, the child is born is called Khanid. And now there is another child called Saghodan. During the marriage, the woman is pregnant. And the ninth type of child is called kini, then that you sell the child for money. That happens in some countries. The 10th is called bahunarban, that the child is born from the second marriage of the woman. Not the same as the first marriage. The 11th is called, Suyatatan. The child himself looks around, somebody, and then going back then, I don't have anybody, I can become your child, I will be a very good child for you. So he himself finds somebody as a parent. The 12th is called bahunarban, the child between a brahmana, a sudra girl, somebody who knows the value of soul, somebody who do not know anything about soul. Sudra and brahmana woman and the brahmana man comes together. They produce the child, is called, bahunarban, parasavan. So in this way there are 12 kinds of children are born in the world. So the Shastra says, that they should go purificatory process. And the purificatory process, there are 16 processes are there. The Garbhodan Samskara is the first process, that, to get a good child, Garbha means, your belly, you get ready, your stomach, your womb, for a child to come in. Garbhodan Samskara. Pumsavanam, when the woman is 3 months pregnancy, you do some ritual for, protection of the woman. And third one is Simontanayam, when, the woman becomes 6 months pregnancy, you do some rituals in the temple for the protection of the child and the woman. And the fourth is called, Jada Karma, when the child come out, first thing the father should, before the umbilical cord falls down, you take the child and then, take little bit, take gold, bit honey, put it in the tongue of the child and chant Hare Krishna mantra into the ear of the child, so that many lifetime karma can be reduced of the child. It's called Jada Karma. The fifth is called Namakaranam, name giving ceremony. And the sixth is called, Niskramanam, when the child up to the 4 months old, don't take out the child. After 4 months, take the child, show it to the sun, is the highs of the Lord. Seventh is, Annaprasanam, when the child, gets the first teeth, when he's ready for the grains, you give some offered, grains to the child. The eighth is, Chuddhakaranam, egg cutting. And ninth is Karna Veda, ear piercing. The 10th is Vidyaramba, when the child is 5 years old. We take a little bit rice, mixed with, the yellow, cooking that powder, turmeric powder. You put it in the plate, mix, and then the father takes and write, first alphabet, show to the child. And, that is called, Vidyaramba. The 11th is Upanayanam, you send it Gurukul for learning. 12 is Vedaramba, when the child is 8 years old, you teach them the Gayatri mantra. The 13th is Kesarda, when the woman gets, first, menstruation, that is the ritual is done. And the 14th, it is, Samavartana, when you finish your education, graduation, you go to the temple and thank the Lord by certain ritual. The 15th is Vivaha, marriage is another path of Dharma. And the 16th is the Antyesti, when you die already, there are certain rituals to be done. So Arjuna was telling Krishna, who is going to do all these things? And you already finished off the Guru Dharma family, foundation. You already destroyed the family foundation, and you expect that people to follow. How are they going to follow? Ita dose kalakula jnanam varna shankara karakhe utsadayanti jadi dharmam kula dharmam sasvatam utsanna kula dharmanam manusyanam janardana narake niyatam vaso bhavatiti anususramam. Arjuna says, I've read the scripture. The scripture says, if you destroy the family foundation, you will be doing the greatest sin in the world. Aho bhata mahapapam is the greatest sin. Evam yuktvarjano sanket Rado pastat upavisahan Visraya chacharam chapam Soka Samagyamanasa, in the chapter 1, text 46, Arjuna says, I am not ready to do this greatest sin in life because there are so much for the human society to follow, and man should be helping the woman on all those things. And if a woman is left alone like that, and you destroy the family foundation, and that I will be the reason to destroy everything, so I'm not ready to do this thing. So from the first chapter, Arjuna, Krishna through Arjuna trying to educate us for the good population in the world. That family foundation is very, very important. If your family foundation is rocking, you cannot expect the world is going to be very happy and peaceful place. So we have to establish, the first important thing is that your family foundation must be very strong. So this is the first takeaway from the first chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. That human being has got so much of principle of dharma to follow, and to follow these things, then man and wife, husband and wife, they should work together very nicely, and that will help, to flourish, with the good population in the world. If you put your wife into a great anxiety, how she is going to produce a good child for you? A child has to come from the woman. True or not? Man cannot, give birth to a child. Only woman can do. But if you put the woman into great anxiety, how you expect she is going to give you a good child? So Arjuna has got a very valid point. For the good population in the world, that the women are the foundation, and they should be protected by any means by the man. So Krishna, you're asking me to kill all these men. I see that the world is going to be in a great trouble. True or not? So any questions? Yeah.
This idea of, I think even the morning class, we're talking about being blessed by superiors, pleasing the superiors, that's our dharma. But modern times, it's more, we're interested into science.
Yeah.
We want scientific proof. So how do we develop more faith in blessings? And what is the science behind blessings?
Well, modern civilization is there. Then also, before the modern civilization, Vedic civilization is already there. So people have no idea about Vedic civilization. Vedic civilization is inclusive of social and spiritual order. The very goal of Vedic civilization, somewhere or other, to re-establish, your, revival of your Krishna consciousness, and live happily and peacefully, and live the world also happily and peacefully, and go back from where you've come. The modern civilization, is only in a subject matter of how to become a good scientist, how to become a good engineer, how to become a good lawyer, how to become a good architect. Prabhupada says, what is the point? You want to become a good lawyer, you want to become a good architect, you want to become the best scientist. What is the point of becoming good and good and good? If next life, if you're going to be born as a dog and cat. So modern civilization have no tinge of idea about the soul. So very subject matter which is very important in their life. So they are already neglecting. So modern civilization, we see that they have created so many problems in the world, in the so-called modern civilization. And Prabhupada, this morning I was reading, Prabhupada say, look at these people in the world, they throw so much of time to manufacture car. And after some time, they destroy that car, then they manufacture different car. And manufacture a different car. I said, what is the problem of the same car? Why are you going different, wasting your time all the way? Time should be utilized, how to revive and go back to your origin. So the modern civilization have lost, the journey of life. Somewhere or other, it is a demoniac civilization. Anything minus God is a demoniac civilization. So they should read, understand about Vedic civilization. Vedic civilization is a very progressive civilization. In the chapter 2, text 2, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna asked Arjuna, Kutasva kasmalamidam visame samupasitam anarya dosam asvargam akirti karam Arjuna. Kasmalam means, useless, Krishna said, Arjuna, how you have become useless man? Anarya means, uncivilized, You're meant to be a civilized human being. Civilized human beings, you understand, you're not the body. You're not this dull matter. You are, you are the spirit soul. But somewhere or other you have become very uncivilized because animals do not know that they are the spirit soul. They are only in the bodily concept. So he said you are uncivilized, So the modern civilization is a very uncivilized civilization. But the Vedic civilization is very civilized, That means civilization means you must know how to sit down, how to walk, how to look, how to talk, how to eat, everything, you're very civilized. Sometimes when people, do something, we say, why you don't even have a civilization. Are you uncivilized or what? Uncivilized means like, are you animal or what, Sometimes we use the word, uncivilized. That means civilization, it comes from, Krishna consciousness, It's a Vedic civilization. Every single thing, how to talk, how to look, how to walk, without, agitating others, without, putting others into anxiety, without, attacking others, you're doing very nicely. That you live happily in the world, you let others also to live happily in the world. The modern civilization only thinking about, their own selfish interest, but don't worry about the others. So it's a failure civilization. So they have to go back into the Vedic civilization.
So how does so obviously the Vedic process is better, and it's mostly due to getting blessings.
Yeah.
What's the process of getting blessings, and how do you know you got the blessings?
Well, you follow just like, in the Canto 1 of Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 2, Text 13, it's been excellent. Ada Pumbir Vijasrista, Varnashrama Vibhagasa Swasunatasya Dharmasya Samsiddhim Aritoshanam. You don't need to do anything new here. What you are situated in your position, just be in your position like that. Whether you are Grihastha, whether you are Brahmachari, Vanaprastha, whatever, you just remain like that. Then he said, Tasmat Ekanam Manasa Bhagavan Sasvato Pati Srutavya Kirtitavyascha Jayaya Puja Darshanam. In the Canto 1, Chapter 2, Text 14, it's been explained. Now, whatever situation you are in as a family man or bachelor or anything, be like that. Now, Tasmat Ekana, now you focus your mind into one pointed finger. Now, you chant, you remember, you hear the Krishna consciousness, and that will bring you to the level of perfection in your life. Very easy. You don't need to do anything else. Be in what you are and then connect yourself, in hearing and chanting and remembering of Krishna. Even Prasanna Manasam Bhakti Yoga, beautifully is explained. Prasanna, you become very peaceful and happy your life by connecting from your position into hearing, remembering and chanting of Krishna's name. Very easy. Krishna consciousness is a very easy process. You don't need to go and try to get a higher education to become a devotee. You don't need to go and look for money to become a devotee. You are beggar, you are Sudra, whatever you are, just come to Krishna, that's it. What I do, you don't do anything, sit down and hear. That's it, speak what you hear. And Krishna says, you attain perfection in your life. In the chapter 18, text 45, Krishna says, Swaswe karmani abhirata samsiddhim narate. Whatever person situated, in the varnashram, that they can attain perfection. How they attain perfection? By connecting them into Krishna consciousness. And Krishna says, Sri Anjwarsa Swadharma Vigunan Paro Dharma, the greatest Duty of our life is that, you do your own duty, don't worry about others. What you are, you are Brahmana, do Brahmana, you are Kshatriya, do Kshatriya, you are Vaishya, businessman, be a businessman. Why you want to become a Brahmana? You are born business, Vaishya, be a Vaishya. Krishna says, that is the perfection of your life. Yeah.
Isn't it easier to find a position within the society than to do what you learned before? Like, for example, before you know nothing, but then in the society you learn all that and that and so that.
See, for that reason, when you are 5 years old, you've been sent to the Gurukul so that, you are with the teacher, and teacher from his own wisdom, he studies you, then he knows that whether are you belonging to the intellectual, guna nature, are you belonging to the administrative nature, are you belonging to the business nature, are you belonging to the laborous nature. He finds out accordingly, he trains you. For that reason only they sent to the school so that the teacher find out, he train them accordingly. And become more easy, you're not working against your nature, so you're happy. Just like, you don't like cooking and somebody put you in the kitchen, and people are fighting in the kitchen. Why they're fighting in the kitchen? Because somebody, their nature is not to be in the kitchen, and because you don't have a manpower in the kitchen, you throw them in the kitchen and they're fighting in the kitchen. The Varnashram Dharma is not about that. Varnashram Dharma is a platform. You find out what you like to do, which platform you want to go. Varnashram Dharma is to facilitate, what you can do. It's not about, putting your ideology and dominate anybody in anything. Prabhupada says you cannot use, the bull, in the work of a horse. The bull has got different work, the horse has got different work. So, the Guru is very expert, he knows that this is your guna and karma, you can be doing very well on this department, this path, and then engage you in that service. A leader of the organization, they should study, the devotees, that what nature he has got, And the leader just open up the platform for them to do something for Krishna. And they choose the platform, which one, they're not very sure. In due course of time, we can see, we can understand. Because there's only 3 modes of natures are working here. Somebody, Sarva Dvaresu, Krishna says that, somebody who is, Brahmanical nature, intellectual, they are more lacking into, knowledge. Somebody, into the passionate nature, they are more lacking into different kinds of material desire. Somebody, in the ignorance nature, they become very lazy. They don't want to do anything, They, it's like a mad fellow, And you do move around with the people, you study them. Whether this fellow what nature, that fellow what nature, so accordingly you move, Somebody, not everybody can take a gun and fight, but somebody can cook for the fighter. Somebody can supply the bullet. Somebody can drive them to the war. Not everybody is going to be expert in shooting. So intelligent, commander, they see how to engage all these people. So Varnashram Dharma is a very beautiful, element. Accordingly, you put them into a situation that they can be contributing the maximum for everything. We cannot be happy and peaceful by working against our own nature. Yeah.
The description of the soul leaving the body and staying for 10, 11 days, and then also Yamadutas are personalities who didn't get Pinda. Where do we find that?
You read in the Garuda Purana. There are a lot of information, because we don't have a time, we have to go a little bit fast, but a lot of informations are there, which people go to a heavenly planet, which people go to the hellish planet, from there what happens, Everything is there, and there are 12 places, each place they go, what happened. On the first 6 months of the journey, what happens when they come to the 6 months of the journey, they come to the place, very difficult place, to cross, that situation. That is why, you have to donate a cow, charity, See, when somebody is dying, there are 3 things a person should do when they are dying. One, somebody must utter the holy name. Another one, somebody must put some Ganga water in the mouth. And the third, if somebody should take their hand and put, little bit salt, give as a charity. But all the while you live in the world for your selfish interest, but you should not live the world in a selfish manner. You should be thinking of everybody else, So if you can do some charity, of a cow or bull or anything, donate something to the temple. If you're not able, just give little bit salt, as a charity and leave the world. And somebody dying, you don't keep them on the bed, You wash the floor, with, turmeric powder or with, cow urine. Cleanse, purify the floor. Take the body, put it on the floor. Let them die from the floor. Because the floor, the earth is another mother for the humanity, Out of 7 kinds of mother, the earth is a mother. So somebody become more comfortable when they are in the hand of the child, become comfortable when they are in the hand of the mother. So when you see somebody is dying, so from the bed, you put them on the floor, give it to the hand of the mother earth, and before when you cleanse already, you put some kusa grass, put lay out, some, throw out some mustard seed, lay out, some white cloth, and put the body on it. Now you prepare the body for living, And there are mantras you have to utter into the air because the soul is floating on the 5 kinds of air. So you have to request the hairs to release the soul. And there's a mantra how to do this thing. So all the things are there. So Arjuna is telling, if you go and take away all these men, and where is going to be people doing all those things? So we'll be destroying the whole foundation. So that is the thing. So you want to know more details, you try to get a Garuda Purana and read. Okay, thank you so much for being here today. I hope you learned something today and let us carry on. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaura Pramanande.